Everybody, you know who I am if you've been here before, Shane Maguire. It's always a pleasure here to be here and introduce the speaker. And tonight, that happens to be Dannie Storie, Coach Storie, we like to call him. He hails from North Carolina, and that's where this all began for me. David Blackburn shared this opportunity with me over a year ago. He was really, really excited about this business. And he got me into the precious metals business 10 years ago, and we did super well with that. Very successful opportunity with him. So when a gentleman like that introduces you to any business, he's going to have your attention, and he had mine. And of course, here we are, like I said, past our anniversary, a year or so later. And every Tuesday night, of course, we have these opportunity calls. It gives you the opportunity to build your business, your own business for yourself, but not, of course, by yourself. And this is the time that you bring a guest or somebody you want to share the business. I heard somebody just, she just referred to her friends in Nova Scotia and shared the opportunity to them for them today. And this is that moment. This is when you want to bring them to the call. And of course, our Saturday training calls. So once you're in a business, of course, you need some training. I don't care how successful you are in one thing. When you get involved with something new, you want to learn all the tricks of the trade. You know, I was in networking years ago and gave it up for the gold, precious metals business, but I'm back, and every day I learn something new from somebody. And it's exciting to lean on others and have somebody or a lot of people have an intrinsic interest in you and a value in your success, because when you're successful, you know, we're all successful. So we have a reason to be here other than just hear our own voice, but to share an opportunity and give you the ability to change your life. If you're here for the first time, again, you want to take some notes tonight. I mentioned Coach Storie is doing the call. He's going to come on in just a second. And when you speak to a presenter, you listen rather to a presenter speaking, we always look at that person when we're listening to them and we want to like them. And Danny's one of those guys you just instantly like. And I think it's because he speaks with such an authority. He's got a commanding way about him, because he is just a highly successful man and a motivator. Some of us have high-pitched voices like me, and we get all excited and animated. Mr. Storie is just one of those guys, like a drill sergeant. We want to thank him for his service, too. He's a former military man. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. And he's a father. If you ever heard him speak before, as we did at our inaugural event about 8, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, spoke a lot about his family, a lot about his son and that whole thing. And what motivates this man to get up in the morning is he loves to help other people, and he loves to share opportunities. This is a passion for Coach Storie. So with that, I'm going to hand the call over to you, Coach. And so without further ado, let's hear your magic. And when you're done, just hand the call back to me. I'll say goodbye to everybody. But it's a great pleasure to have you on the call tonight.
I appreciate it so much, Shane. Can you hear me okay, sir?
Yep, absolutely. Loud and clear.
Hey, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, let me apologize. I am sitting in my vehicle. If you haven't figured that out just yet, I'm on the road. And I've actually pulled into the Waffle House parking lot. And I hope tonight that you find this opportunity call, maybe a breath of fresh air. I'm not going to try to impress you tonight or press upon you tonight with any form of slideshow. I simply want to talk to you from the heart. I simply want you to just take everything for just a moment and put it to the side, and I want you just to listen to me. You see, folks, in life, so often growing up in my life, I was continuously told that I couldn't do something, or I wasn't a good enough speaker to do something, or I didn't have the right upbringing to do something. I didn't have the right clothes. I didn't go to the right school. And see, folks, after people hear that so often in their life, unfortunately, so many people start to believe it. So today I want you to listen to me, because as long as you have a foundation, as long as you have a bedrock, something solid to stand on, my friends, if you can see up, you can get up. A friend of mine told me one time, we was chatting, and he said, Danny, would it be fair to say that being broke is hard? I said, yeah, absolutely. He said, well, let me let you on a little secret. Becoming wealthy is hard as well. You just have to determine which hard you're going to fight for. Now, folks, tonight I want you to really think about that. I know we've got folks on this call from all over the world, and I know some of you are probably saying, well, this guy's going to be hard to understand because he's got that old Southern accent. But like Shane shared with you, I'm an old retired veteran. I'm a father of 4, grandfather of 6. But I learned a long time ago that I and only I can control the outcome of my income. You know, as I was sitting here getting ready for the call, one thing dawned on me was that when I was born and brought into this world by my mom and dad, I came into this world looking like my parents. But I'm going to leave this old world looking like the decisions that I make throughout my life. Whether they be good or bad, that's what's going to happen to me. And I want you to think about the dash, the little dash, the time from your birth to the time you leave this old world. What are people going to say about you? Well, what I want them to say about me is that Coach Storie always believed in me. Coach Storie always thrived for me to do better in life. He never put me down. He never belittled me. He never made fun of me. He told me that I could do and be anything I wanted to be in this world. See, Les Brown, he's a motivational speaker. If you don't know of Les Brown, I highly suggest that you research his name. But Les Brown says it best. My friends, you cannot get out of this life alive. So while you're here, don't you deserve the very best this life has to offer? See, folks, tonight, I'm not here to, once again, to train you on products. I'm not here tonight to train you on the AEGEA marketing plan. See, I want you to understand that our plan is so simple. Our concept is so simple. This industry is so simple that I want to teach you that you can become the most successful person in the world simply by becoming the messenger. I want you to understand tonight that you don't have to learn and do what we do on these calls. You don't have to learn and do what we do on our training calls on Saturday. You simply have to have the heart and the drive to be able to share somebody a link or a video about what we do. So in the message box somewhere below this video, I want you right now to type in there, what is it and why is it that you joined AEGEA? Is it to travel? Is it to buy a dream home? Is it to take more vacations? What is it? What is you striving for? See, what I strive for, what I love is I love $100 bills. I love a lot of them. Why? Because I'm able to bless people every day. I love it when I go out to eat and I just pick a table randomly to pay their bill. But I love it when we go out to places and we go into a water plant and we ask them how many people's water bills are past due in this county, and the $1,700, $1,800, and we pay it. So that's what it's all about. It's about being able to share and care and give back. You know, my mother probably taught me the best. She said, son, a lake starts with one drop of water at a time. And she is the reason that I'm in this industry. She's the reason that I've become the leader that I have, because I listen to her truly speak from the heart about this industry. And this industry I'm speaking to you tonight is the home-based business industry. Yes, AEGEA is the platform. AEGEA is the vehicle that you're going to use to build this walk-away residual lifestyle. But AEGEA is only as good as you and our company and our leaders make it to be. See, folks, I want you to understand tonight that when you truly get to understand the owners and the leadership team here, you'll know that they truly are in this for the right reason. I also want you to understand tonight that you are in a place in your life that either you're happy and you're comfortable or that you're ready to change. See, I was reading a book the other day, and it says there's 5 platforms that people reside in their life. And only you know where you might fall into one of these 5. First one being is, folks, understand people around you right now are struggling. People around you right now are very poor. And if you're very poor, and if someone you know is very poor, they're struggling to survive day to day. You may know some people that are just what we might call in the category of poor. These folks are taking it and struggling, but they're just getting by week to week. Then you might know some people, it's middle class. These people might be surviving, but they're living paycheck to paycheck, month to month. You know, folks, I love it when a friend used to say to me all the time, he says, you know, hey, man, I'm middle class. I live paycheck to paycheck, month to month, but it always seems that my check runs out before the month does. And then you got those who are rich. Well, these people here are thinking a little bit different than the average person is. They're thinking annually, year to year. And then you got the wealthy. Those folks are thinking decade to decade. See, folks, I want you to understand this precious life, this thing that you call, that you hold on to each and every day, is a vehicle that that gives you the platform to do whatever you want to do in life. So often people struggle their entire life to reach their retirement years only to find out that they don't have enough money to retire. I know here in North Carolina, I can walk into any Walmart and I'm normally met by a greeter that should be enjoying their quality of life, but instead they're still having to work to try to make ends meet. So with that said, and I'm not trying to discourage you by no means, I want you just to truly understand that life is precious. You're precious. You deserve to live in your dream home if you don't already do so. You deserve to drive your dream car if you don't already do so. You deserve to take dream vacations, but you also deserve the right to make a decision that's best for you. So when thinking about this industry, I do a lot of reading and a lot of research on a company. And I will tell you that when I was approached also by David Blackburn and Eric Swain with this company, I originally turned them down, not because the company was weak, not because the product concept was weak, not because the leadership team was weak. I turned them down because I was not in the right mindset to change my life. So I've been very blessed. I've been the #1 income earner in 4 different companies, not because I'm special, because I surrounded myself with like-minded people. But I would tell you there was one day in my life, I was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I have a son with stage 5 kidney failure. I actually was in the hospital. And I was praying, you know, if you believe and you have the belief, I was praying to God, you know, what is it you want me to do now? You know, I love people. You know, I love helping people. You know, I love changing people's lives. What is it you want me to do? And folks, it was kind of strange because just briefly after that, my phone rings. And it's from the vice president of this company, calls me, Mr. Eric Swain, and he says, we need to chat again. And I had to put him off that day because we was actually in the ER when that phone call came in. But I would tell you, everything happens for a reason. Everything in your life happens for a reason. So I want you to understand this, that this industry, the home-based business industry, the split-second marketing industry, the network marketing industry, whatever name you want to attach to this industry can change your life. Why? Most of the time you can join and start your business tonight. Yes, I own multiple companies. I own restaurant. I have owned security company. I own multiple companies. And I will tell you that most of the time the fighting with the legal paperwork and the license and the insurance and the upfront money and the bank accounts, it is a nightmare, and you never know if you're going to make a penny. Well, this industry, folks, you can join this industry tonight for free. It doesn't cost you anything to become a part of AEGEA. We're simply asking you to become a part of an industry that could change your life. Allow us to give you the tools, the training, the website, the marketing materials, everything you need to simply become the messenger. Simply share a vision with someone and ask them a simple question. If I had a vehicle that could bless you and change your financial situation forever, would you watch a 3-minute video? Would you look at a free website? If the answer is yes, share it with them. If the answer is no, then you probably don't have a prospect to begin with. Fair enough. Listen, folks, you don't have to know how our products work. We have a website that does that for you. You don't need to know how the compensation plan works, just the basics of it, because we have all the training for you. See, in this industry, you also, not only can you start for free, it's not like a traditional business where it costs me thousands of dollars a month to maintain. In my business right here in AEGEA, I can run my business on autopilot for less than $80 a month. And here's what's even more powerful: free shipping, no tax, anywhere in the world. Folks, it just doesn't get any simpler than what we have at our fingertips. Here's the other thing to keep in mind. Why not share a product that's like no other product? AEGEA's product line is one of the very best health and wellness wearable technologies that I've seen. Folks, I can't teach you about quantum energy. That's not my passion. That's not my expertise. But I can tell you we have the people who can teach you that. What I can teach you how to do is how to make these. And you make these simply by becoming the messenger, simply by sharing a vision with other folks about owning their own life. See, when you really stop and think about it, right now we're at that phase in people's lives that January hit until April the 15th. What happens? What's happening right now all across the world? People are excited because it's tax season. 73% of the people in the richest nation of the world most of the time only have expendable money during tax season. They work all year to be able to get that check, that rebate check back. I want to talk to you about having the freedom to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and with whom you want to do it, and have your business running on autopilot that you can work from anywhere in the world. See, the other day, my wife wanted to go shopping. So she grabs my wallet. She takes out my AEGEA card where they put my money right on my card. I don't have to worry about it. I get paid. I get this little ding on my phone, and it says, congratulations, you've been paid by AEGEA, and the commissions immediately goes on my card. She takes it out, and she goes and buys her a new kitchen table with it. She takes it out, and she goes and buys her a custom-made living room set with it. See, folks, that's what I love about this industry. It wasn't money that I had to work for. It was money that I earned simply by sharing a message. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? That was my message. Are you ready to own your own life? That's my message. Are you ready to travel the world and let someone else pay for it? That's my message. Could you afford to start a business for less than $100? That was my message. Now listen to this. This you better write down. Don't you dare allow yourself or anyone around you to let a 3-figure decision cost you a 6-figure residual income. I'm going to say that again. Don't you dare allow someone, even yourself, to let a 3-figure decision, less than $100, cost them the opportunity to make a 6-figure residual income. That's what this industry can do for you. Again, remember I shared with you a minute ago that I've been blessed to be the #1 income earner in 4 different companies. Again, it's not because I'm special. I'm not. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like anyone else does. It's simply because I shared with other people a vehicle that could change your life. See, the average person is taught this concept: to go to school, to get a degree, to graduate, most of the time with a huge student loan debt, to work a job, traditionally not even with a degree that they went and got from college, 40 years of their life or longer, and then they're asked to retire off of 40% of what they couldn't live on peacefully and comfortably while they held a full-time job. It just doesn't make sense. So I want to ask you this: what if AEGEA's compensation plan, its products, the 8 different ways that we pay you, what if, just suppose for a moment, that what if this time next year you truly put your heart, you truly put your passion, you truly put your energy, and you share this message with at least one person a day? What if this time next year you was making just an extra $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year? What would that truly do for your life? I want you to think about that. What if you was making $10,000 a month? What if you was making $100,000 a year extra? What would that do for your life? See, most people, the only way they can get more money is work more hours at work. Here, you can add a residual income and help it grow and double each and every day simply by doing one thing, and that's being the messenger, sharing a vision with other people just like you. Once again, you can start this business for less than $80 or less than $100 to get started, and then you can run your business on autopilot for less than $80. You can do that tonight. You can start sharing with other people tonight. Why? We provide you, once again, the website, the marketing materials, everything you need to build this platform. AEGEA is here for the long term. This is not a short-term company. This is not a company that's going to be gone tomorrow. I don't care what no one tells you in life. When looking for a company, look for a company with the right leadership team. That's a leadership team that truly cares about you being successful. Look for a company that's financially secure. AEGEA is financially secure and growing all across the world. Look for a company that's got the right product concept, the right vision. We're not just a company that's taking another product and throwing a sticky label on it and rebranding it and selling it to you. We're a company that's bringing the cutting edge technology like no other company in the world. Look for a company with a compensation plan that rewards you for sharing it with other people and never punishes you for what your team does, but rewards you for what your team does. So often I get sent stuff every day. Man, you got to look at this. This is the best thing out there. And the first thing I look at is it says, you got to sponsor 6 people. 4 of them people have to go out and sponsor 10. They have to climb Mount Everest 3 times a month. They have to have so much volume in this leg, so much volume in this leg, so much volume in this leg, but you can only use 35%, you can only use 40%. See, folks, we don't have none of that. We simply have a compensation plan that rewards you 8 different ways, and you can go to the very top, simply by sharing this vision with 20 people. Do you know 20 people in your circle of influence that truly needs and wants to feel better? Do you know 20 people in your circle of influence that truly needs and would like to make a little extra money? Then become the messenger. Share with them. I got something I want to tell you about. Do you got a couple minutes? I got a story I want to share with you. Do you got a couple minutes? I want to bless you tonight. I want to share something with you. Do you have a couple minutes? And if someone rejects you, it doesn't mean they're telling you no forever. It may not just be the right time for them. What you have to understand is this is your business. You are the CEO of this empire. You determine the outcome of your income. You're the driver of this vehicle. You control where it goes. Will it be easy? No. Will you have ups and downs? Yes. Will sometimes you get discouraged? Absolutely. But you know what? That's life. It happens every day in every career and every job. But for those of you who stay focused, for those of you who don't give up on your dream, for those of you who understand that where you're trying to get to, that you see the end before you begin, for those of you who stay passionate about this industry, folks, I can only tell you that it is so nice to be able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it. And folks, that's what this industry can do for you. Before I close tonight, I want to share this with you. As I said a minute ago, I have 4 sons, and you know, folks, we each have a why. And throughout my life, my military career and my industry of being in the home-based business industry, my whys have changed, as yours will too. My dream cars have changed. I actually went today and test drove a convertible Camaro because it's something I wanted for a long time, and test drove it, and now I'm praying about it if it's something I'm going to buy tomorrow or not. But whatever your why is, it will change throughout your life. And 3 years ago, my why changed. Why? Because on a Saturday, on June the 15th, at 10 a.m., my son was diagnosed with what we thought was going to be maybe a bleeding ulcer or something with stage 5 kidney failure. And folks, I would tell you that my passion now is to ensure that everyone in this world understands the most precious asset you have is this thing we call our body. The most precious vehicle you have that's going to truly bless you to give you financial freedom is the home-based business industry. I can't think of another industry in the world that will allow anyone, regardless of their color of their skin, regardless of how much money they have in their bank account, regardless if they're a male or female, regardless of their education level, regardless of how well they speak. I can't think of another industry that will allow that person to make as much money as they simply wish to make. And that's what this industry will do for you. And again, I would tell you, find your why. And your why has to be so strong that when you think about it, as it does with me, it will almost make you cry. And sometimes it does make me cry. But I just want to be a blessing to you. I want to say thank you, each and every one, for the opportunity tonight for me to speak to you from the privacy of my car. Shane, as always, I appreciate the time you dedicate to AEGEA. I was so excited to get to meet you out in Atlanta. And to each and every one of you, as I end each and every call in each and every presentation, until the day our paths may cross again, may your days be blessed and prosperous. Good day, good night, and God bless.
Thanks very much, Coach. It's great to have you on the call. I know you're busy, traveling clearly in your car, and that's just it, folks. You know, Danny brought up a lot of different scenarios, a lot of people that are interested in this business, and you might think they're the last people in the world you would reach out to, but sometimes the most busiest people on the planet will they're successful for a reason. They're busy for a reason because they can handle it. They probably can handle the information. As Danny said, most precious thing, most precious vehicle we have, he's out buying a convertible Camaro, but as he pointed out, his most precious vehicle is his own body. We need to treat those bodies well. There's a few people on this call, at least my age, and I know after all the years of playing rough and rugby and all sorts of things and aviation and so on, it takes its toll. AEGEA is a group of products that I can't do without. I've said many times it's not when I'm wearing these patches that it seems to I don't know, to count for me. It's when I remove them, when I take them, I shower and they take them off, and I go a day and I start feeling those aches and pains. These products truly, truly work. And of course, the business truly works. The business plan works. The management works. We talk about standing on the shoulders of giants. We know Jeff Cohen's pedigree and where he's been. Took a business from a few $100 million to $1 billion. That's our leader. Dannie Storie and all of his success that he's had. That's one of our leaders, folks. David Blackburn, highly successful man. I couldn't even work another 10 years. I wouldn't even get close to that, man. I've done very well. But folks, there are very few businesses, Danny said, you can get in for $80 and turn it into a multi-million-dollar opportunity. And new superstars in this industry are born all the time, whether they're young or in their midterm of their life or senior citizens. It's amazing some of the stories out there. People just start and they take off, and you never know if you're sitting beside somebody like that on a train or on an airplane, just in a coffee shop. Who knows who you're sitting close to? Reach out to them and just strike up a conversation. Surprised how interested they are in you first, and of course what you do in your opportunity. So again, folks, listen, if you're here for the first time, get back to the person that invited you here tonight. Get your questions answered, jump on board, and share the ride. We're a year-old company, and this is still ground floor. This is still an opportunity that has yet to be shouted out from the hilltops. So go ahead and be a part of that. Take that $80, that $100, whatever it is, whatever level you get in with us, and be a part of the AEGEA dream. On Saturday, we have a call. You'll see us on the website or in your email if you get on board with us tonight, and be there on Saturday and join us for the training. Got a great lineup of speakers this weekend. Again, thanks for being with us, everybody. It's great to see your faces. See us Saturday and, of course, next Tuesday. Have a great night. Again, thank you very much, Danny. Have a good night, everybody.